You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, your property taxes could jump 12% in Newton County as a battle between local and state officials intensifies.
Also, a woman tried to auction off Graceland, Elvis Presley's iconic home. Now a Kimberling City woman faces more than 4 years behind bars for the brazen scheme.
And we've got some patchy fog for some of us out there. Scattered showers and thunderstorms on the way through the morning. Details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Snowy.
I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 o'clock on this Wednesday, September the 24th. We're halfway through this week, inching closer to October out there. So a lot to go over, a lot of Halloween stuff already out.
Absolutely. Well, folks in Newton County had a lot to go over last night. Homeowners packed a town hall last night to confront state lawmakers over a property tax dispute. The state is currently withholding funding after the county assessor refused to raise property valuations.
KOAM's Blake Gully joins us from Crowder College, where frustrated residents are demanding answers.
Inside a packed auditorium at Crowder College, dozens of Newton County homeowners demanded clarity on what a 12% increase in property taxes could mean for their families.
What we're seeing is a 3-panel unelected board, a bureaucracy essentially, putting pressure on our local assessors and our county to increase our property taxes.
The State Tax Commission has ordered Newton County to raise property taxes by 12%. So far, the county's assessor has pushed back.
I don't think anybody could handle a 12% increase on their real estate. You know, their utility bills just went up, insurance went up last year, all the utilities are going up, and I just can't be the one to throw another increase on them with the tax burden going up. So I'm withholding on that and trying to keep everything down until we can come out with a better plan.
Crowder College's president also addressed the crowd, weighing in on the property tax dispute.
My concern is that we approach these decisions around property taxes very carefully and understand the local impact, because you have sheriff's departments, emergency services, libraries, road districts, school districts, all impacted by these decisions.
The dispute between Newton County and the State Tax Commission remains unresolved for now. Reporting in Neosho Show, Missouri, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Well, Senator Jill Carter plans to keep working on property tax disputes when the Missouri legislature returns to session.
Of course, a lot to discuss going down there, and it's you can see both sides. You know, the taxes they do go to, as the president mentioned, you know, to schools and to law enforcement. Yes. But at the same time, that kind of an increase that can be a hefty burden
impact
on folks,
everyone,
for sure. Well, we've got some patchy fog out there, at least for some of us. Scattered showers and storms on the way as well. Downtown Pittsburgh looking good. Visibility's been good in downtown Pittsburgh all morning. It's been back and forth in Joplin. In fact, it's starting to clear now as we got. So you can still see fog on the horizon, but as we got close to the end of the news on the KOAM side, the fog cleared, and then within a few minutes, it thickened back up a bit. And now it's gone again. MoDOT cameras around the metro, you can still see at least some light fog out there. And you can also see some water droplets on the cameras. So some of this fog is actually just some heavy drizzle that's been falling this morning as well. And that, of course, won't show up on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. Visibilities, again, we're looking pretty good north of I-44 with the exceptions of Nevada and Stockton. You get south of I-44, Grove, Anderson, Cassville, Mount Vernon. We've got those visibilities reduced. So again, just remember, low beams, not your high beams, fog lights if you've got them. And also watch out for rapidly changing visibilities as well, because these are, again, just points along a line. And if you were with us during the KOAM Morning News, you would have seen at the beginning of the weather update, 7th and range light looked good. 2 minutes in, and that fog resettled again. So just keep that in mind as you're traveling this morning. Not much on the Skywatch Storm Tracker as of right now. We've got some isolated to scattered showers out there. Eventually, we'll start to see some upscale growth and get some thunderstorm activity. The good news is we are not expecting any severe weather whatsoever with this. Some similarities to yesterday. Everybody has a chance of showers and storms today. The difference, yesterday, pretty much everybody got showers and thunderstorms yesterday, but today they will be considerably more scattered, so not everyone is going to see rain out there. And as we go later into the day, along and east of 69, that's where the slightly better chances for showers and storms will be. We can still see some out west. It's just slightly more organized activity expected to the east. And once we get past about 9 o'clock or so, that should all wrap up. Temperatures this morning still well above average, mid-upper 60s for just about all of us. We even had some low 70s down south earlier this morning. We're going to go mid-60s by 9, 70 by noon, low 70s for our highs. Now out west again, if you don't get as much rain or the clouds thin out a little bit earlier, you might be a bit warmer, but most of us are going to be mostly cloudy. Even if you don't get rain, that's going to keep us in the low to mid 70s. However, temperatures start to rise as we head into our Thursday and climb even more so into the weekend. Details on that in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, a break in a cold case. Prosecutors have charged 2 people in a Northeast Oklahoma murder investigation dating back more than 10 years. The suspects, James Larson Jr. and Penny Larson, are both charged with first-degree murder for the death of Dustin Ray Carver. Carver was last seen at a home in Kansas, Oklahoma in 2014. Authorities had issued a search warrant at the home and discovered a burn pile where they found human remains. In July of this year, the Clinton County, Missouri Sheriff's Office contacted Oklahoma authorities with new leads. In the case, the OSBI says investigators were able to gather information from James Larson Jr., who was an inmate in the Clinton County Jail. This month, authorities arrested Penny Larson and charged James Larson, who was already in custody. A southern Missouri woman who tried to defraud the family of Elvis Presley learned her punishment yesterday. A federal judge sentenced Lisa Findley to more than 4 years in prison. The Kimberling City, Missouri woman hatched a plot to auction off Graceland Presley's iconic and historic home in Tennessee. Findley contacted the Presley family about 6 months after Lisa Marie Presley died in January 2023. She claimed Presley had borrowed nearly $4 million from a private lender. Findley said Graceland was used as collateral for the loan, but the whole thing was a hoax. Authorities charged Findley last year and she accepted a plea deal in February. Well, it's officially fall now, but MoDOT is looking ahead to winter time and putting out the help wanted sign for drivers. As Nick Kelly reports, the department has a new incentive it hopes will get people behind the wheel of snowplows and salt trucks.
Todd Duncan is a trucker for St. James Transports and operates around the Springfield area. While his travels don't often go very far, he knows how important safe roads in warm and cold months are for truckers like him and crews keeping roads clear.
For them, it's hazardous. For a truck driver, it's hazardous. But without them, our roads aren't clear. The product doesn't get there safely. So we owe a lot to MoDOT.
MoDOT in the Ozarks and across the state were short on drivers last winter. Drivers got shifted around to help keep all state roads in order. MoDOT says this year it's trying something new to get part-time drivers hired, especially in the Springfield area where the most vacancies are.
We are being more flexible with them because part-time help, they generally have another job, or maybe they're retired, or they've got a side gig. And so we're offering an 8-hour shift for them.
This new 8-hour shift has a minimum starting pay of $22.91 per hour across the Ozarks and starting pay of $25.91 an hour for jobs around Kansas City and St. Louis. While part-time applicants should have a commercial driver's license, full-time recruits can get training with MoDOT to get their CDL. Hemily says there's no need for anyone to worry about where the money will come from to cover these drivers and their rotating shifts behind the wheel. As for Duncan, he's hopeful the flexible hours can let MoDOT get people on board.
I know some of the older guys, they can push it for 16, but I think the 8 hours, that flexible, is really going to be beneficial for everyone's health and safety and just well-being.
Along with keeping roads safe this winter.
A snowplow season for the Missouri Department of Transportation typically runs from November 1st to March 31st. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, flu season is upon us. We speak with 2 pharmacists about the flu shot and how to stay healthy this season. And later, a new homeless shelter opens its doors in Joplin. How it's helping the community. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Time now, 7:09. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from the Arma City Park in Arma, Kansas.
of my great
Is here, and Tim Mitchell and Brian Casville with Mitchell's Drugstore and Walker's Drugstore have information on this year's flu and COVID vaccines. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning.
So talk to me about the flu season, COVID vaccines. It's that time of year again where it's time to keep up with them and get your flu shots. So what do folks need to know, and why is it so important to get them done now?
Well, one of the reasons why is flu has been pretty rough on the general population.
Right.
Last year. We lost about 24,000 people to death to the flu. So what we like to do is have individuals come and get their flu shots early between September and December in order to have those blood titers high enough to help them prevent to get the flu when flu really kicks in, which is generally between December and March.
Okay, yes. And also COVID-19 vaccines. What's new with the latest vaccine? What do folks need to know? Who's it really recommended for right now?
So COVID vaccine is, of course, relatively new compared to the flu. The flu's been around for a long time. And the COVID vaccine, they're looking at changing those variants periodically every year, and it's going to become an annual vaccine, just like the flu shot. Sure. So we've got another shot we just got ours in just a couple of weeks ago, and we'll be giving those starting next week, actually. So I think Brian's given the COVID shots right now at Baxter. So
yes, absolutely. Now talk to me a little bit just about providing local healthcare to the community, and why is it so important for people to trust their local pharmacists and get their flu shot or their COVID-19 vaccine from a local healthcare community?
Well, I can say one thing for sure is that pharmacists are the most easily accessible healthcare provider, frontline healthcare provider as well. An average individual visits their pharmacy, or at least comes in contact, 30 to 35 times a year.
Wow. Yeah.
And so having that access and then being able to provide the services like immunizations and information and education is crucial, I think, to keep healthcare of the general public even better.
Absolutely, and it kind of builds that trust too. And speaking of trust and common misconceptions with the flu shot or COVID-19 vaccines, what do you have to say for folks who might be on the fence or considering getting it this year?
There's a lot of hesitancy with all the things that's been going on in political world and so forth. And I'll tell you that it's still today the best way to prevent these types of illnesses.
Right.
And we're not here to make people do things they don't want to do by any means, but Brian and I and other community pharmacists throughout the area are just doing what we can to try to answer questions for people, make them feel comfortable about what they want to do. The biggest thing is it's their choice.
Absolutely,
and it does not require a prescription for flu or COVID shots. So I advise you, if you want to talk to your doctor, talk to your doctor. But, doctors are busy, and this time of year they're seeing a lot of sick people.
Right.
We are too, but we are very accessible, like Brian said. So we want to be that trusted source for people, and we're there. So they can just walk in, they can call us on the phone, they can even send us messages on the internet. So
wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for your time today. Important information there. Thank you for your work. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's a little gift for you.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, coming up on 7:18 on this Wednesday morning. The fog tracker again. We've got some reduced visibilities out there still around Nevada, Stockton, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Anderson, even the eastern portions of Benton County and down toward Grove as well. But we have been seeing some improvements. We had a bit more of this patchy fog across the region than what we're seeing now. But still, you want to be careful. Low beams, not your high beams. Drive slowly. Give yourself time to get where you're going. Leave distance between you and the car ahead of you. And of course, watch out for the potential for rapidly changing visibilities. Take a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker now. Starting to get a few more of these showers, and some of the reduced visibilities, by the way, are just from heavy drizzle, but that will not show up on here. So bound into Benton County, stretching from just south of Gentry up toward Bella Vista. We go into Berry County. We got Seligman. A few showers around there. We're going to head up north, a few of those south of Mount Vernon and north of Aurora. So Missouri 265 there. And we've got some light showers starting to develop around the Joplin area, Carthage, stretching just east of Jasper into Golden City. We head up north, got a slightly heavier shower up here near, pushing into Stockton right now. And we'll continue to see more of these scattered showers and eventually scattered thunderstorms build in across the area as we head through the morning, afternoon, and evening. We don't have any severe weather expected, and that's fantastic news. One similarity from yesterday, we discussed it earlier, is just that everybody has a chance for rain today. The difference, not everybody will necessarily see the rain today. These storms are going to be very scattered, especially compared to what we had yesterday. We had widespread coverage yesterday. Today, it's going to be pretty scattered with slightly better chances, especially as we head into the afternoon, along and east of the 69 corridor. So scattered showers and storms, I want to emphasize that, are still expected west of 69, but if you look at 3 o'clock, we've got a few of them west of 69. There are more of them east of 69 into southwest Missouri, and that's the expectation as well. Slightly more organized, a little more widespread coverage on these showers and storms as we head through the afternoon and evening. But if you're west of 69, that doesn't mean you won't see rain. It's just the rain chances are a bit lower. But because of that as well, take a look at cloud cover like you get from Parsons, Oswego. You start down toward Veneta and you start heading east. It's mostly cloudy over the eastern 2/3 of the area, but you head a little further west, Chanute, Fredonia, Coffeyville, Yates Center, Bartlesville. You start clearing out possibly a little earlier. And if that does take place, then you may be a little warmer than the eastern 2/3 of our area because you might get a little more sunshine. Scattered shower storms should wrap up, be done by 8, 9 at the latest, and we'll go partly cloudy overnight tonight. We'll have maybe some patchy fog to start the day on Thursday. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies and temperatures warming up a bit. So through the morning, again, these scattered showers start picking up a bit. We'll start to get some rumbles of thunder. The main concern we're going to have is with the lightning. So just remember, when thunder roars, head indoors. And thanks to the cloud cover, this is why I was talking about the temperatures. You'll see we're hovering in the upper 60s through most of the morning. And we're looking at, again, the eastern 2/3 of the area reaching low to mid 70s for highs. But again, out west, if you get a little more clearing, might be a little warmer, maybe the upper 70s. Again, rain ramps up, partly cloudy overnight, and cool mid to upper 50s. We'll have 50s for our lows tonight, tomorrow, and into Friday. Tomorrow, though, a little warmer, upper 70s. We go into Friday, winds will shift out of the south on us, and we'll start warming up more so, 80. And while our temperatures are going to warm up into the weekend and next week, thankfully they don't skyrocket into the 90s, but they are going to be above average as they climb into the mid-80s. That's a check of your forecast. We've got more of the KOM Morning News right after this.
A Christian school is hosting their Autumn Fest of the Ozarks event this Saturday. Here to tell us all about it is Amanda Flint. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So talk to me about the annual Autumn Fest of the Ozarks and what folks need to know.
Awesome. Well, this is our 7th annual Autumn Fest of the Ozarks. It's hosted by Neosho Christian School. It's a fundraiser for our school, but it's just a fall family event that takes place from 9 to 4 at the Newton County Fairgrounds. We have lots of fun activities for the whole family all throughout the day.
Talk to me about some of those fall-inspired festivities that people can take part in and, you know, just really immerse themselves in the community.
Yeah. So at 10 o'clock, we have a pet costume contest, which is really fun. This is our 2nd year to do that. So you can bring your pet out all dressed up, and then we'll have the crowd vote for their favorite winners. We have some prizes for that. At 11 o'clock, we have a bike parade, so you can bring your bike out decorated. My son is gonna have a hayride that day, so they'll follow the tractor around the fairgrounds and have a parade. At noon, we have a cornhole contest, which is super fun. Cornhole's a big thing right now, and all the money from that will go to help our basketball team. And then at 2 o'clock, you don't want to miss that. That is our dessert auction. So we have yummy pies and cakes and cupcakes, all kinds of things that will be auctioned off. And then all throughout the day, from 9 to 4, that's our event time. We have a silent auction, and so we have lots of some quilts. We have lots of like theme baskets and different items that were donated by businesses in the community. So just lots of fun, and like I said, for the whole family. The weather looks like it's going to be a great day to get out and have some fun.
Absolutely. So talk to me a little bit, just having it been going on for 7 years now, just the support of the community, those local businesses like you mentioned, donating things to auctions, and what does it mean to just see the community come together to support this?
Neosho Christian School is really, it's a nonprofit, and so in order for us to keep going and keep those doors open, we all have to work together. So we have a great support from the community. They're always willing to donate items. Every year we get bigger and bigger, and so it takes us all working together to make things happen.
Absolutely. So it's, of course, going to be this Saturday, as you mentioned, 9 to 4.
9
what
to 4.
else do folks need to know before
well,
they
one
attend?
thing is it is a fundraiser, so it's $10 to park,
Okay.
and so that's a donation, and all that money that we raise that day goes to the school. But everything else, we have bounce houses, games for kids, all of that is free. And so bring money for the food trucks, and you can just make a fun day of it. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, if people want to find out any more information about this or Neosho Christian School, where can they do so?
So our Autumn Fest website is autumnfest.us. Of course, we have neoshochristianschool.com where you can find more information about our school. We also have an Autumn Fest Facebook page, and or you can call the school at 417-451-1941, and we'll visit with you over the phone.
Wonderful. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for your time
Thank you.
today. Happy to have you. We'll be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:29. I'm Elise Snowy. Recent studies list Joplin's homeless population in the hundreds. For any city, that can mean a stress on existing resources. But Joplin now has a new resource to ease some of the stress for its homeless population, a new daytime shelter. As KOAM's Ty Parks shows us, this can mean a shower, clothes, and a safe place to rest.
Whatever you have done to the least of these, my brethren, you have done unto me. These are the words of Christ that inspired the Last Day Shelter.
So God gave us the idea to begin to open up Monday through Friday as a day center so that we can begin to do more to help our folks and more of a service for our folks.
Monday through Friday, people can come and take a shower, get clothes, and have a safe place to rest.
God has just been really on us about being more intentional about loving our folks and really beginning to help them, give them a hand up instead of a handout.
Wednesdays, the staff will go out in the public and meet people for lunch and be in their space where they are. Tuesdays are discipleship days dedicated to getting closer to God.
We have to be willing to help them get up, help them come out of the pit. And most of the folks we serve here are in a pit. They're at the very bottom. They want desperately to come off the street. They want to get freedom for their lives, and they don't know how to do it. And so that's what we're here for. We're here to help them do that.
As we'll pick people up through the city and bring them to the shelter at 2124 Utica Street in Joplin.
And my belief is that the only way to help these people find freedom for their lives and get off the drugs and help get off the street is to get them connected with Jesus.
In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Now, the NAS is looking for donations and volunteers to help with their mission. For those interested, the drop-off location is the Joplin First Church of the Nazarene. Now, let's take it over to Chris for another quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, we've had some patchy fog out there, but things are starting to look a little better for some folks. Our camera downtown Pittsburgh looking pretty good. 7th range line, it's cloudy, but the fog is again beginning to thin out down there. And as we take a look at MoDOT cameras around the area, again, significant improvements even just from the 7 o'clock start of this show where the fog is thinning out, but we still have some patchy fog. Bentonville, Stockton, Nevada, still with some reduced visibilities. Miami, just over 7 miles. So it's not completely cleared out, but it has cleared out a bit. Skywatch Storm Tracker starting to see a few more of these showers, and they'll continue to increase in coverage across the area. Again, some of these now stretching through Newton and Jasper County, off to the north and east, up around the Stockton area, going into parts of Cedar, Dade County. We stretch down south. We got this little shower southeast of Mount Vernon. Another one here that's to the northwest of Cassville or just east of Stella. So again, they'll eventually begin to increase in their coverage. They'll still be scattered though, so it's not like yesterday where we'll have rain all over the area. But the entire area will have a chance for scattered showers and storms with better chances along and east of 69. Scattered storms and showers still possible west of that. But as you see on the future track, the more organized activity looking to be on the eastern 2/3 of the area. And the cloud cover should keep the majority of us pretty cool. For mild to start, but temperatures not expected to move much. In fact, they have not been moving much. Most of us mid-upper 60s. Bentonville is the warm spot sitting at 70. We'll go mid-60s by 9, about 70 by noon. And again, the eastern 2/3 of our area, low to mid 70s. Now a little further west, clouds may thin out a little earlier. So we're talking, Chanute, Fredonia, Yates Center. And if that happens, you may make the upper 70s. But otherwise, low mid 70s, mostly cloudy, and those scattered storms out there. Once the rain ends, which that should happen around 8, 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to start warming up over the next few days. Go over those details with you here in just a few more minutes, Elise.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, the Joplin Public Library is cutting a popular digital service at the end of October. The budget decision affects thousands of patrons who use Hoopla for ebooks and audiobooks. KOAM's Kenny Foreman explains what this means for your library access.
Beginning on October 31st, Joplin Public Library patrons will no longer have online access to Hoopla. This announcement came today after the library passed its budget for the 2026 fiscal year. PR and marketing assistant Lori Crockett says the library simply couldn't afford to accommodate all its users.
We were having to limit how many books could be downloaded by our patrons to stay within our budget, which led to only about 4% of our active patrons being able to use the service. So just sustainability-wise, it wasn't something that we could do long-term.
Hoopla users such as Joplin resident Louis Lagasse are disappointed, but understand the library's perspective.
If they're paying every time I check out a book, then that's not particularly great.
The loss of Hoopla marks a big change given that it makes up 15% of the library's digital materials and 78% of overall materials. The library hopes that its patrons will switch over to some of the other online resources that are provided.
We are encouraging people to look at things like Libby. We have Canopy, which is a resource for streaming movies and television shows. We have Flipster, which you can look at magazines through. And then, of course, we always encourage people to come into the library and physically get books and movies and magazines and all of those wonderful resources.
Crockett says the library plans to reallocate the funds in order to make other materials more accessible.
Being able to take a look at those holds lists and say, oh, this book is really popular, has a lot of holds, we're going to be able to purchase a few more copies of that and get our patrons through that line and really make sure that they're getting to read what they want.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Picture-perfect fall porches don't happen by accident. Professional decorators are creating stunning autumn displays for busy families. We'll be right back. Time now, 7:35. But first, here's a live look from the Arma City Park in Arma, Kansas. Welcome back. It's Wildcat Wednesday, and joining us today is Jenny McDaniel to talk about project selection and joining the 4-H program. Jenny, welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So, of course, lots of 4-H exhibitors, kids got finished with the long summer process of county fairs, state fairs, but it's really 4-H is all year round. And so talk to me a little bit about what kids are doing right now, how people can join 4-H as well.
So right now our current 4-H members are wrapping up the 4-H year. They're finishing up their record books, getting those ready to turn in, and that's like a culmination of their projects throughout the year. October 1st starts our new 4-H year. That's when you can start signing up on 4-H online. And so you just go onto 4-H online and select the county you want to join, and then you can select your projects. And part of selecting your projects is figuring out the vast array of what we have. We have lots of different projects to choose from.
Talk to me a lot about some of those, because mostly people think, livestock or maybe even baking or things like that. But you guys, kids, there's something for every child.
Right. So we have lots of different projects that encompass not only the traditional livestock and foods and sewing. So this is like a sewing rehab project that took old ties to turn it into and that looks like a jacket material to turn it into a cute little throw pillow. So that's a fun little recycled project. We also have like horticulture and gardening. So this is a dried flower. They actually grew the flowers and then dried them out and made a wreath out of it. So that's one of our horticulture exhibits. In addition to that, we also have several different visual arts and crafts, and this was one of our self-portraits that one of our kids painted that went to the state fair. So and then in addition, we also have like shooting sports and rocketry and different STEM related projects that are kind of a newer version of some of the projects that we've traditionally had.
Yes, it's a great way to learn new skills, to try new things. Now, of course, you mentioned where folks can find this out, but what do you say for families who might not be as well versed in 4-H or might not know if it's for them, but maybe want to try it out for a year?
Right. So 4-H really is a family event. It is a family project. It's not just the kids going in and attending meetings and doing this stuff. It is about the families immersing themselves into each and every project. You know, and I say follow your passion, follow your spark, see what really interests you, what interests your family, where it fits into your family dynamic, and that's really where you need to start at. You don't need to start at, you know, showing beef cattle or whatever. You know, if you're interested in growing your own garden, then let's see what we can do with that, because not only can you grow it, you can it, you can do different crafts with it. Like, there's different things you can do with that project that might be a little differently contained. It's also career focused. So you might take your communications project and turn it into being a newscaster. So you'll go from doing demonstrations in front of your club to talking in front of everybody on the camera. Like, so
it's a great jump start.
Yeah, it's a great jump start for different career paths.
Absolutely.
And different things they can explore.
Now, really quickly, if people want to find more information about 4-H, any of the projects, where can they do so?
So you can check out our website at wildcat.ksre.edu, or you can, or .kstate.edu, sorry, or you can go to 4honline.com to sign up to be in the 4-H clubs.
Wonderful. Well, Jenny, thank you so much for your time today. Happy to have you. We'll be right back.
KOAM Plus.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:44 now on this Wednesday morning. We're starting again with the fog tracker, where we still have some reduced visibilities out there. Nevada, Stockton, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Bentonville. And you can see the little patchy fog areas, like these little spots here and over here where fog's a little denser, and in areas where we don't necessarily have a reporting station up there. But that's why you've got to just be cautious, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. Watch out for rapidly changing visibilities as well as you begin your morning commute. Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing us the showers. There's not many of them right now. We've got some up here into Cedar County around the Stockton Lake area, down south into parts of Dade County. We have some additional showers around there, heading south and west into Jasper County. Now, not all this rain yet is reaching the ground, but we've got the showers at least showing up through Carthage, Joplin, down just to the west of Neosho and south of Seneca into parts of Delaware County. Got a little shower here that's near Wheaton and a couple south of Cassville, one east of Seligman there. Showers and thunderstorms will continue to gradually increase a bit in terms of coverage, but not everyone's going to see rain today. In fact, everyone has the chance for rain, but unlike yesterday, this isn't widespread. This is scattered, so not everybody necessarily will actually see the rain. And as we go into the afternoon, the chances for showers, storms are going to be slightly better east of the 69 corridor, which you're going to see. When we stop this at 3, you can see we have isolated shower storms out west, but the greater concentration is east of 69. And as we go about 5 this evening or so, 5, 6 this evening, a few more thunderstorms across parts of southwest Missouri. And again, right along and east of 69, and the activity is a bit more isolated out to the west. Now, with that said as well, you see the cloud cover. The eastern 2/3 of our area, even if you don't get rain, probably still be mostly cloudy today. However, if you are in the western 1/3 of the area, you may see clouds clear a little earlier. And if that's the case, Yates Center, Fredonia, maybe Independence, Bartlesville, maybe even as far east as Coffeyville, you might be a little warmer than everybody else will be today. And that'll matter because I'll show you the temperatures in a moment. Rain showers clear out. They're done 8, 9 o'clock at the latest. We're going to be partly cloudy overnight. Maybe some patchy fog to start our Thursday. Otherwise, we're partly cloudy and starting to warm up as we head into our Thursday afternoon across the area, but still with a northerly breeze out there. But those winds will shift overnight Thursday into Friday and start coming out of the south. And while we're still dry for Friday, it's going to give us even warmer temperatures, and that warming trend will continue into the upcoming weekend. All right, cloudy skies there, 7th and range line. We'll have those scattered showers and storms. Now, again, the eastern 2/3 of us just kind of hovering in the upper 60s. maybe some low 70s. And that's where our highs for, again, most of us will be. It's going to be in the low to mid 70s. But again, the western 1/3 of our area, you could make the upper 70s if you get a little more sunshine in later today. We'll have north winds around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Again, skies will start to clear out just a bit. Partly cloudy overnight, a bit chilly compared to where we have been. In fact, we'll be 10 to 15 degrees cooler tonight than where we were starting the day today. So we fall back into the mid to upper 50s. We'll hold on to 50s for lows tonight, tomorrow night, and at least into Friday night. We're upper 70s tomorrow, about 80 Friday. That south wind, again, gradually increasing those temperatures as we head through the weekend and start of next week. We warm up. Temperatures not spiking into the 90s, which is certainly good, but they're definitely above average as we climb into the mid 80s. That's a check of your forecast. We've got more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
So we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. Shouldn't we try?
Check for the game in your area.
Well, fall is finally here, and this year, more people nationwide are spending big bucks to hire porch decorators to have the best front porch in the neighborhood.
Fox's Chelsea Torres has more on what's fueling the surge in these kinds of decorations.
Here in Charlotte, there's a handful of decorators that are just waiting to give you that picture-perfect porch. And these designers are popping up all over the country, but I'll tell you, they're not exactly cheap. The season is changing, and some people are looking for the quintessential fall look.
My kids are they're getting a little older and they're really into all of the holidays.
Charlotte mom Jessica Ransom found little pumpkin decorators on the internet.
Every fall, I spend about $200 on pumpkins, and every time I pull into my driveway, I'm like, I hate it. It's so worth the extra money. It's just a mental load thing to not have to worry about that.
Hours later, the little pumpkin decorators, just two former corporate moms, put every pumpkin in place and topped them with bows. They just started their business last year.
It's an outlet for moms. It's like an extra income if you want it to be, and it just brings people joy.
It looks so good.
Pumpkins are sourced from local farms, and after they're done, the decorators pick them up and donate to local farm animals. Displays can range from a few $100s to thousands. Last year, the average household spent just under $54 on Halloween decorations.
Maybe they don't have the passion or the desire to do it. And, if cost isn't an issue or is an issue, we can't appeal to both.
One pumpkin decorator in California says he starts getting porch requests at the end of July.
Like I said, it's very rare where you can decorate your home with something that can last for 2 holidays. Our pricing can range anywhere from, $500 up to $10,000.
Helfer also sells pumpkins by the truckload and noticed the increase in porch designers just this year.
I do believe that our business will go down a little bit on the displays, but my inquiries for the people that need to buy the pumpkins are blowing up.
It looks so good.
The good news, if you pay that pretty penny, a lot of these decorators say their displays will last between 5 and 8 weeks, and if any of the pumpkins or gourds do get damaged, they will replace them. In Charlotte, Chelsea Torres, Fox News.
It's definitely interesting. I mean, they're beautiful displays.
They are incredible displays, but I'm not so sure how I feel about putting $5,000 down for a display. You're paying $1,000 a week for a display that will eventually expire, and then you're going to do it again next year. And the year after.
People have their reasons, I'm sure.
I'm sure they do. And you know what? If you've got the money to do that, then, by all means, go right ahead and do that. I think we're just going to stick to going up to Walmart or whatever and picking up some cheap stuff, throwing it out in the yard. And there we go. That's all you need. We do have some patchy fog out there, so some of those displays wouldn't be visible this morning because of the fog, but improvements continue. Stockton, Nevada, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Bentonville, still with some reduced visibilities. Even around Miami, Joplin, Carthage, Anderson, still slightly reduced visibility, so again, just be prepared for that. Starting to see that uptick in showers now. We'll continue to see an increase in showers and eventually some scattered storms across the area. No severe weather expected, but we will see that chance for those showers and storms. Now, the whole region has that chance, but unlike yesterday, again, the coverage is going to be much more scattered. And so we'll have the chance everywhere, but not everyone will see rain today. And as we head into the afternoon, the better chances will be along and east of 69. Isolated scattered shower storms still possible out west, but see by 5, what we're talking about. It's just more organized, a little more widespread shower and storm activity out in the eastern portion of our area. And then eventually that stops by about 8, 9 o'clock tonight. It'll be partly cloudy as we head into the overnight and into tomorrow. So scattered shower storms, mostly cloudy and cool for most of us, starting the day in the upper 60s. That's a quick check of your forecast. Got another look at your forecast and your wake up recap right after this.
It's Super Saturday.
Well, this is your wake up recap for September 24th. The top stories to start your day. 2 people face first-degree murder charges in a Delaware County case that went unsolved for more than a decade. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says James Larson Jr. and Penny Larson killed Dustin Ray Carver in 2014. Carver disappeared from a home in Kansas, Oklahoma. Deputies found his human remains in a burn pile at the property. New leads from a Missouri jail inmate help investigators solve the case this year. And a new homeless shelter opens its doors this week in Joplin. People experiencing homelessness can go to the Naz on Utica for clothes, showers, and a place to rest. The Naz was operating as a warming and cooling center in the past, but the lead pastor said he felt led by God to open the doors 5 days a week. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
And we got scattered showers, thunderstorms possible through the day. Again, no severe weather expected. Mostly cloudy otherwise and in the low to mid 70s. Rain wraps up 8, 9 o'clock this evening and will go partly cloudy and a bit on the chilly side overnight. Mid to upper 50s. 50s for lows tonight, tomorrow, and maybe even into Friday night. Warming up though and drying out. Upper 70s tomorrow, 80 on Friday, and looking at the mid 80s as we head into the weekend. So definitely warming up, but a bit of a fall setting here the next few days.
All right, looks like it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.